majorly who are part of this career development workshop. On behalf of the President and Chairman in Council, Mr. Alex Ndudi Enebeli, and the entire Council of the Institute of Strategic Management, I welcome you to this event. And I have to apologize to our facilitator who's been here on time, that we are starting a bit late. It's unfortunate that this has been something that we need to look into, attending these workshops on time. And I hope that by tomorrow we'll be able to adjust and make the necessary changes and come a bit early. The classes, this place is open by 9 o'clock, and by 10 on the dot, after the registrations, the resource persons will take the floor and the program will begin in earnest. But we are already behind schedule. This is the career development program of the Institute of Strategic Management for staff of the Niger Delta Development Commission. And we're running this program in 4 sessions, today, Tuesday through Friday. And we have, for the ladies, we have just a few ground rules before we start. Just behind here, we have the restroom for the ladies here, and then we have the male restroom somewhere out there. There will be tea breaks after the first session, so you can take your tea breaks, and then lunch is at the end of this program. So please, if you have any question, for those of us who have not done the membership recertification program, we have our officers there in the other discharge area where you can go to do your membership recertification or ask any question related to that. The Institute has mandated that any member who has not done the membership recertification program by June this year will have to reapply as a new member to join the Institute. So please, I want us to take advantage of the window that is open to us and do the needful. It's a very simple process. And for those who have issues, especially people in the fellowship cadre, there are 3 routes to being recertified. One is the examination route. If you don't mind, you can join the rest of the membership to write the exams. At the end of this class, or before the end of this session, I will print out the schedule of exams, so those of us who are interested, I will get All right, so if you have not done the recertification program, we have our officers here. You can ask me. I'll show you where that is being done. During the breaks, you can take that opportunity to do it. And usually we do it before we start the classes. But because we didn't come early, we didn't have that opportunity. So once again, thank you and welcome to this workshop. I'd like to recognize a few fellows here. I can see Barrister Lina Okara, FSM. Good morning, madam, and welcome. And then we also have a fellow here in the person of Mr. Friday Ehiorobo. Last week was his wife's turn, today is his turn. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. And then we have, it's the practice to, as a matter of honor and prestige in our events, to make sure that the fellows are recognized. But I know that all of us here are members of the Institute. We also have one of our facilitators who is here in the person of Mrs. Tony Odobo, FSM. She's behind us. She'll be here and taking the second class. So we'll start this session by the opening prayer, and then we sing the faith force, and then I'll call up the resource persons, and then we'll be ready to start. So please, if you have this with you, you can let's rise, and let's take the opening prayer, which is the second stanza of the national anthem. Please, let's rise to our feet. 1, 2, go. O God of creation, direct and noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty, to grow and live in just and true. Great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. The faithfuls, we see no limits to what we can be. We see no limit to what we can do. We see no limit to what we can have. Because we see no limit to the power of God. We see no limit to the power of our mind. And we see no limit to the power in the Word of God. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated, please. Please forgive me, I skipped over a fellow, one of the newly inducted fellows of our institute, of Mr. Ejiro Columbus. Let's please put our hands together for him. All right. This morning we have a very distinguished and very he's a ranking fellow of the Institute. He's one who has traversed both the political, private, and public sector. And then we'll be reading his profile as we welcome him to take this session. You are very privileged to have the person of Professor Silva Opoala Charles. I'll read his citation now. Professor Silva Opoala Charles is the President and Chairman, Governing Council of Garden City Premier Business School. He's also a faculty member of the Graduate School of the American Trinity University, California, United States of America. As a professor of economics and management, Professor Silva Opoala Charles is a broadly skilled individual with over 35 years of multi-industry experience spanned as follows: 19 years of experience in the banking industry, over 5 years in the public service as Commissioner of Finance, Budget, and Economic Planning. Sorry, I'm using my phone and this is getting interrupted. Bayelsa State, and over 13 years in the private business development with subsidiaries focused on business education, paint manufacturing, real estate, and gas, oil and gas, and strategy and consulting. As a banker, he displayed significant record of performance with his sterling career in key institutions as United Bank for Africa PLC, Equatorial Trust Bank, that's Sterling Bank PLC, Fidelity Bank, Comet Merchant Bank Limited, FinBank PLC, now First City Monument Bank PLC. As a consummate banker, he was a turnaround manager that made all business profitable under his watch. Professor Opoala Charles grew to the general manager's cadre before his appointment as the Honorable Commissioner of Finance, Budget, Economy, and in 2007, where he played leading role in the public sector institution building. Professor Opoala Charles, as commissioner, spearheaded a lot of reforms. His stint in government led to the establishment of the Bayelsa State Economic Management Team, which he served as vice chairman with the governor as chairman. He pioneered the domestication of the legislation in public procurement, fiscal responsibility, public-private partnerships, infrastructure, concessionaire, microcredit management, as well as landmark policies in recurrent and capital expenditure approval processes, scholarship policy, budget and treasury operations policies. Silva Opoala Charles has PhD in economics, specializing in monetary economics with a master's degree in economics with specialty in money and banking. In September 2016, Professor Opoala Charles was awarded the prestigious Triumph Global Executive MBA with 3 MBA degrees from the affiliate universities of London School of Economics and Political Science, London, New York University, Stern Business School, New York, EHC Business School, Paris. He is an alumni of Lagos Business School and a graduate of Breakthrough Program for Senior Executive and alumni of IMD Business School, Louisiana, Switzerland. He is alumni of the London Business School, London School of Economics and Political Science, London, New York City, New York University, Stern School of Business, New York, and EH Management School, Paris. He's also a distinguished fellow of Nigerian Institute of Management and council member, and also a fellow of Association of Chartered Certified Commercial Diplomats, and a fellow of the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, Chartered Institute of Administration, Fellow, Institute of Chartered Economists of Nigeria. As the president of Garden City Premier Business School, he teaches political economy of globalization, entrepreneurship and innovation, and strategic management and leadership at the PhD and DBA level. He also teaches business environment, entrepreneurship and innovation, and strategic management and leadership at the MBA and master's degree level. He's a lover of various sports and is married to Mrs. Timi Opoala Charles with 4 children. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow strategists, let's put our hands together to welcome Professor Silva Opoala Charles. Thank you very
much. Good morning. It's nice to have you guys around. Can we come forward a little bit? I mean, some people are at the back. Are you comfortable there? Okay. Well, I'd love to have you guys so that closer so that we can interact better. All right, so try to know ourselves better. You know, you already introduced me. I'd like to know all of you somehow, where you are, the department, and what you do for NDDC, so that we can be interacting better. So I will start with you. Can you give him a mic so that he can introduce himself, please, and the department?
My name's Columbus Ejiwa Adego, Assistant Director, Employee Relations in Human Resource Department in NDDC.
Austin AJ is my name. I'm at the Department of Conflict and Dispute and Conflict Resolution.
Good morning, all. My name is Ayorobo Friday, Director in Commercial and Industrial Development, NDDC.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Stanley Akopwanne, Assistant Director, Education, Health and Social Services, NDDC.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lina Okara, Director, Commercial and Industrial Development, particularly Skills Development and Empowerment.
Good morning, all. I'm Alari Ebiotu Trailing, Agric and Fishery.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Awi Harriet. I'm an Assistant Director, Agric and Fisheries.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Promise Chima, a staff of NDDC, Procurement Department.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ngozi Ngereboa, Finance and Supply.
Good morning, all. My name is Ehud Ekelechiku, Finance and Supply.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ikenna Chijoki, Procurement.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Effiong Peters Catherine, Youth and Sports.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emma Nachukuji from Procurement.
Good morning. To me, corporate performance is when you look at the goals set up by an organization. That is the corporate organizational goals. And when you relate it to what you have been able to do out of the goals that have been set. That shows the scorecard of your corporate performance.
Let me try. Corporate performance is the deliberate implementation of a vision of an institution and a corporation, and the creating the structure of achievement, service delivery, productivity, whatever.
Okay. I think the goals of an organization using various key performance indicators to achieve their long-term needs and performance.
The place of competitive advantage. Then we look at balance scorecard, metrics. What are the measures? Somebody mentioned, goal, vision, and all that. How do you show whether there's performance, real performance? We talk about strategic planning, vision and mission framework. Look at strategy and its total content. Then talk about strategy implementation. We'll talk about organizational culture. Then we look at Lean Six Sigma. Then we look at takeaways and conclusion. Now, we are all aware that competition is growing serious everywhere. In business, very, very fierce. In our country today, there's a lot of crisis. Public confidence crisis, inflation, exchange rate crisis. It looks like it's going to be good. Crisis every day. And it's affecting profit margins. Most companies are going under. Businesses are disappearing. So the quality of production has become a major issue. So it's important to have a very efficient and effective strategy to become more competitive in the market and make the competition irrelevant. We need to have strategy that will make you be on top. And there are important tools to look at. Look at Blue Ocean strategy, Lean Six Sigma, balance scorecard. Now, what is important for us to do today is that we need to come with strategy that will make our competition relevant. Everybody is competing in the same marketplace, red ocean. But people are thinking out of the box, bringing something new to the market that others don't do, to be able to be leader in that market. So corporate performance management is a process that is targeted at meeting the needs, the growing needs of our business. It focuses on management of an organizational performance, indicators and economic value added, return on capital employed. I give you money to invest in a business. What am I getting in return for that investment? A lot of people put money in banks those days. I remember 2009 when crisis happened in the banking industry. The money disappeared. 100 million, 200 million disappeared. So you can see that a lot of challenges in the industry. How do we ensure that when we make a decision, it pays off? You guys are working in NDDC. A lot of issues are rising about NDDC. NDDC is not doing well. I remember recently I saw the MD, Dr. Samlok Buku, talking and saying that NDDC has done well. How many thousand jobs has it delivered over the last 25 years or so, 24 years or so? Over 13,000 jobs have been delivered in NDDC. Interesting statistics. But are stakeholders happy about it? Our stakeholders, are they happy about the performance of NDDC? People are saying all sorts of things about NDDC. But are we sure that NDDC is delivering? From your own perspective, what do you think about the NDDC performance? Are you happy with it as somebody who is a stakeholder in NDDC? You are here, barrister. What is your assessment of NDDC performance? Average. What do you think? You have been working there for the last at least 15 years? Okay, what is the performance of NDDC? What is your thinking? So if, on a scale of 1 to 10, where will you put NDDC? 6.5. Okay, let me take from the back. Okay, so what you're saying is that the issue of, no, carry the mic, let me hear.
With all the challenges we've had, political interference and everything, despite all that, we're able to achieve something little by little. We had the objective to do much better. But if you want to compare us side by side with some similar institutions, you will find out that we're not doing badly.
Like look at local content, NCDMD.
Those ones are the A students now, we understand. They're now the yardstick. We should have been the yardstick,
okay,
but they're now the yardstick. But if you check recent happenings, there's also beginning to have some political interference. And that has been the challenge we've had in governance in this country.
Let's be practical about what we are doing here. That's why I'm asking these questions. Because if we just come and discuss about it without talking about the practicality of it, we will not get the result. So please, let me take from the back again. What is your scale, 1 to 10? Anybody wants to try? If you rate NDDs from 1 to 10, where will you put it? Is it 6? 6.5? Any other person? 5, eh? 5? Oh, that's not good enough. 50% is like fail. So what can we do to improve it? Let's start from there. What do you think can be done to improve NDDC? Please, can you bring the mic? I want it to be a little bit practical. These are a bit senior people, so let's talk about it a bit more. The mic is there.
If we want to discuss the way forward in NDDC, we might take the whole day, but I would like to put out 2 points to solve NDDC issue. First of all, we need to go back to the legislative act that created NDDC. Then number 2, we need to reduce, because we cannot eliminate it right now, the interference of political stakeholders.
Political stakeholders, major issue. What about the people that run NDDC themselves? Do you think that the profile of people who are running NDDC are the right profiles? Because it's a matter of, look at NCDMB, like the guy that ran it, Mwakpa was there. Then later we had, what is his name again? Architect, what was his name again? This job guy. And then we had Simbi, who just left. Compare with NDDC.
Yes, I will tell you the leadership of NDDC as of today. They may not be, I'm talking of the management now, not the board. They might not be 100% okay. I think they are doing well. That is one. Yes, they are doing well. And I will also tell you, from the directors to the lowest person in the commission, we are well equipped to do what we are supposed to do. Yes, we are well equipped. Though we need more training to continue to adjust to as the need arises. But I want to tell you something, that when I say 6, when I gave NDDC 6, it's not that we have not really done more than that, based on what we know. Let me just give a little example. When I was doing my MBA project in Uniben, I did something on NDDC and have to do questionnaires, distribute to 4 states. So I got to a community in Delta State. I distributed the questionnaires and all that. Verbally, I started asking questions. What has NDDC done in this community? They said, leave NDDC alone. They have not done anything. What have they done? Nonsense. But I saw a big tank of water, and the water was still flowing, and NDDC was written on it. And I said, is this one not NDDC project? Even the road, is this one NDDC project? He said, leave that. That is done. They have not done anything. What am I trying to say is that in the Niger Delta as of today, as far as what NDDC is doing does not touch an individual directly, maybe by way of money or that, they just believe that we are not doing anything. We have done so much. That is the truth. So the political interference, as he said, also lead to the issue of the way our projects are awarded. Okay, portfolio contractors. But there are also Niger Deltans who have equipment to do whatever we are supposed to do. But because they don't have access, maybe possibly they are not politicians, nobody will remember them, but they would have done better. So it's still the political interference that is leading to all this.
Similar organizations, so we have seen that have done very well. NAFDAC, for instance.
The board of NAFDAC, the influence of the board of NAFDAC on the management is very, very limited compared to our own. Very, very limited.
All right, let's hear from other people, because before I move on, delve into it, because you are senior people, I'm seeing a lot of senior directors and all that. It's good for us to discuss. Before we move into the main discussions, let's hear from more people. What do you think can be done to improve NDDC? Corporate performance. Because these are the feedback we want to hear when you go back, say, this is what thing that can be done. It's very important for us to look at that. Very good intervention. Very good one. Any other intervention from the back? Don't be afraid to speak. You're a policy maker. All right, let's move if there are no more comments. Okay, you can see this. Looking at this, if you look at corporate performance, look at sales of an organization. From here, get to the peak here, and then you can see that it's going down. So it means is that there's a point of what? Replacement. Here, you can see, I don't know whether you are seeing this. At this point, you must ensure that you keep on going up. Now, NDDC, we can't see this from NDDC perspective. It's difficult to access NDDC to see the trajectory. Because NDDC is not a public organization. It's not a private organization where you can see this kind of movement. But this is how you should be able to access an organization. If it gets to this point of maturity and it drops, it means that you are going down. There's a decline. And you must avoid that decline. Let's look at Dangote, for instance. Look at Dangote, 2012 to 2015, you can see that the curve wasn't really going very well. Can you see that? And then you can see that from 2016, Dangote started rising again. Very well, very better trajectory. What did they do? They have to reinvent themselves. They have to go outside Nigeria to invest in other African countries. Dangote is in about 10 African countries today. As you can see, the expansion, the national expansion, moved Dangote up. And you can see the growth over the years. From 2016 to 2021, you can see the massive progress that Dangote has made. So if you look at the figures, from 2012 down, 285 billion. Then 2016 to 2016, about 426 billion naira. But 2017, almost double. Are you seeing that? What does that mean? It's about what? Ensuring consistency, ensuring reinvention, innovation, to be able to achieve that. And since from 2017, they have maintained an upward growth. Okay? All right, go ahead.
In most cases, it's profit.
Yeah.
It's profit. But for me, I see a lot of that profit on the other end as exploitation.
Okay.
That's my view. It might be personal, but that is my position. A situation whereby, as of today, almost all the resources or the raw materials for manufacturing cement is sourced locally. And at the end of the day, the price will jump. Let me tell you, sir, if you are selling cement 5,000 today, and you start selling 7,000 tomorrow, and it's almost the same amount of resources you are using, the profit you make within that 2 days or 2 months or 3 months that you have jacked up your price without any consideration to the well-being of the consumers, the profit margin will also jack up. What am I saying is that some of these companies that have monopoly over a particular part of industry, they are exploiting Nigerians to declare this high profit. That is my position, sir.
Socialist thinking, anyway, somehow.
You know, using Dangote as an example, I would have preferred using PZ or Smith Klein Beach, GSK, or Cadbury to evaluate the actual profit and loss, because most of these companies have pulled out of Nigeria. But when you have a company that's enjoying 100% support from political patronage,
are you sure?
It's there for us to see.
The guy
so
is.
We could use other companies to evaluate. Even the
what about the banks? Are they supporting political support?
I think there's been so much talk in the social media for us to know that the banks too have some undue advantage.
Okay, let's look at it now. Look at banks like Zenith Bank or GT Bank. They're on top of the range. For the last 10 years now, these are the leading banks in Nigeria. What type of political support? Maybe Emefiele was the CBN governor. You can talk about Zenith. What about GT Bank? So I don't think that should be the narrative. It takes initiative.
The GT Bank was actually fledged in last year. It was struggling to survive.
The banks?
The GTB, particularly. And also there was a lot of staff leaving the bank because of the uncertainties there. But I think what's keeping a place like GTB alive is that they've diversified, because they've gone to that, what's that number? They call it a GT code now. So they've gone into insurance.
Company, yeah.
So they're going into insurance and other aspects of investments.
I'm talking about the bank itself. Over 200 billion naira profit made by GT Bank and Zenith Bank. So I don't know where you're getting information from. In terms of market performance, they're on top of the range. Two of them stand out in the industry.
Okay. No
now, the point being made by Friday is that there is exploitation. Now, we're running a capitalist system. What do you expect? Survival of the fittest. You want to make money. It's not about people. Take that route.